colleges, just trying to showcase your abilities to the max. That's one of the most, because even if you have done a lot of stuff, and even if you have a lot of accomplishments, to show them in a way that suits your application, that suits your personality, I think that takes the biggest effort. Writing essays, because you'll be able to get accomplishments, you'll be able to get like good test results, and that is something that you'll be able to see on a scorecard. But writing those essays thinking that, okay, I need to pick this topic and I need to work on that, I think that was the one that took the longest effort, according to me. So I'll be very honest, I was very indecisive about my course, because if we take India CBSE, for example, our computer science tests are on paper. So we are not like really experienced with computer science or how it is taught in the United States. But the one thing that pushed me towards computer science was, the thing is, I get bored really easily. Like I would want to go in a field that has like a lot of options, a lot of possibilities. So at that point of time, I was taking science. I thought, okay, science is a good way to go. A lot of my family members have taken science, and I realized over time that computer science is one field that I cannot be bored of. If I get bored of maybe like product management, I can go into software. If not software, I can go into security. So because there are so many possibilities within computer science, that's why I narrowed it down to computer science. So see, I haven't learned computer science in Indian colleges, so I might not be able to compare college to college. I'll only be able to compare school and college. So I would say, of course, it's better out there because there's more of a practical approach. Like we actually have to take out our laptops, we have to code it out, we have to use test cases. So like everything that you would have to do in a real-time job or internship is something that we are learning. So like there are like small mistakes that might happen in computer science. Like there's a thing that you even have to take care of the white space while writing code. So you won't get that while you're writing it on paper. All of those things, if your code runs or not, all of these things cannot be figured out on paper. We have practicals, but mostly Indian CSE, CBSE syllabus for computer science is just theoretical. So that way, I think I learned way more about computer science when I went to college. So my first year of college was entirely online because of COVID. So at that time, I was interning in India. There was a company called AXCM. So I worked on building the consumer portal for Coca-Cola and Senco. So at that time, I got exposed to web development, how like websites are made, what is the most consumer-facing part of it, and how to make sure that what you're making is generally easier for the customer to use. And like in products made in college, we had to develop games or we had to develop other products while doing CS course. So I feel like all of that just made me more aware of the computing skills that go behind basic stuff that we use. For example, we developed Pac-Man as a semester end project. So like all of us have played Pac-Man when we were younger. All of us know, okay, like there's a game that exists. But coding it up, taking those hours and weeks on days, and like we're just coding it up, going through the errors, seeing what to do, what not to do, like reaching out for advice. So I feel like doing all of that, actually putting that effort and seeing that end result gives you like more of a confidence also for next time for doing that. And it makes you more used to the skills required to do that. I had a counselor in 11th and 12th. So they didn't basically like tell me what to do. They were mostly counseling for the application and the essays. But I would suggest that if you're an undergrad, it should be more of a balanced profile. So what I tried to do was not focus entirely on like just getting maybe educational or academic achievements. I tried using different things. I was into theater, I was into dancing. So I also tried going more to such events because it actually gives you an upper hand if you can show that you have experienced different things and know how to be in a crowd. Because even if you're academically very intelligent and you've won a lot of awards, if it doesn't look balanced, then you might have like a slightly disadvantage while applying. So I just feel that if you get it balanced and if you try to balance, even if it's less, but you can showcase that something that actually added to your values or added to how you grew as a person, it'll make a lot of effort. Internships are very intimidating because we haven't been exposed to them a lot, and it's very intimidating to ask someone that, hey, this is my skill set. And then when you actually get that like project for the week or get that thing you have to do, then asking for help is very intimidating. So I wish that I knew beforehand that it's okay to ask. Like internship is not a place to showcase your talent. Sure, you can, but more importantly, it's a place to learn about what you will do once your college ends, once you go into industry. So I feel like just knowing that the people there are supposed to help you and you have to ask for help, I think that will help a lot. I feel like if we have like team projects, that would help a lot, because in college outside as well, they promote a lot of team bonding during classes. All your homeworks might be team-based projects. Your finals might be team project-based. Like it depends on professor to professor, but all of them focus a lot on how you can communicate with your own partners or with the teacher or with the TA. And while in school, I was very used to like studying alone, preparing for finals alone, just doing everything alone. So just knowing that that is required, it would have helped if I was earlier in like a team setting, or if there was a project where I had to develop it with a bunch of people. So I think, yeah, that would be like really helpful. I think it's both good and bad, because it's like a complete change of environment. I'd never been to US before. It was my first time going there. And because of COVID, my parents like didn't come, obviously, because they didn't have a visa. They were not able to. So just going there alone, setting up everything is very intimidating, because you don't know a lot of people there. Everybody is new, everything is fresh, the culture is fresh. So it was also like scary at first, but with time you try, like, you settle in, you figure out how to go around stuff, you figure out what to do and what not to do. So then after a point you get settled, then you also realize that this is a huge opportunity for me to grow, and this might not be there in India. Like I don't know, I haven't experienced Indian colleges, but I feel like the opportunity is there. The way people approach how to work or how to be in college, it's very based on person to person. Like there won't be a teacher to hold your hand and walk you through everything. There won't be like tuitions where you can just learn something you didn't learn in class. So you also grow a lot as a person, because you become way more independent than you thought you would. So I think it's both good and bad. Struggles, I think, are everywhere. At least for CS and at UO5, because it's known for its STEM courses, I would say there was a lot of crowds. So every class had like 200 and 300 students. So it's difficult to make connections, that's for sure. The kind of friendships you would have in India are really different from the kind of friendships you develop there. There's a tendency of people to stick to their own ethical groups. So because in the sense, there's such a large population, people from one region will stick together. So like the Americans will mostly make friends with Americans. The Hispanic people will mostly make friends with Hispanics. Indians will mostly make friends with Indian. So it takes a bit of effort to go and interact with someone who does not look like you, does not behave like you. So I feel like just keeping an open mind is the biggest thing, because you'll also be exposed to a lot of things that didn't exist in India, that wasn't accepted in India. So just being accepting of the fact that someone who is not like you is also just as perfect will help a lot. And yeah, it's different, but yeah, it has its own benefits. I feel like the kind of events and the kind of diversity it has just gives you a lot of knowledge about the entire world. So if in future you would want to work overseas or travel, you'll get to know a lot of these things. You'll see a lot of events, like the campus events will be huge. There'll be marching bands, there'll be cheerleaders, and there are different people. You'll get exposed to different foods, which are amazing. You'll get exposed to different cultures. So I feel like you learn a lot, and there are campus specific things. I think at every campus hosts like trivia nights, or in the first welcome week, there'll be different events, different plays, different theaters you will go to. You'll meet a lot of new people. So I feel there, one thing that is for sure is because you have so many people, you have that big of an opportunity to make new friends. So you won't be restricted to one group. So for example, if you had a fight in your group, you won't be like, oh, now I don't have any friends. You can always step outside and make new friends. So that's nice. I feel guidance is important. I'm not sure how important it is to go for commercial guidance. If it's also a school counselor who works for you and who will guide you, that's important. The thing is, I didn't know a lot about how to apply, which ones to apply, how do colleges look at applications, how do colleges even score applicants, how much is SAT more important, is board more important. So if you can find any one person who can give you that advice aptly. For one of my friends, his sister had gone outside. So his counselor was just his sister. She edited his essay, she went through the entire process. So he never went commercially for a counselor. So I feel like just having guidance is important because it might get a little hazy trying to figure everything out on your own, and you might get overwhelmed because if you do not know the things beforehand, it might be a little scary to dive deep into that and think that okay, maybe I'm not doing things correctly. My dad helped me a lot during applications. Like during the entire time, he also kept reading articles, kept talking to people who had gone outside, his colleagues whose children went outside. So I feel like the knowledge that he also gained from other parents or other people while talking to them, while reaching out to them, helped me a lot because counsel will still be specific for the number of hours you go them to. But having a person in your family helped a lot more because that is where you have breakdowns that okay, maybe I'm not doing this correctly, am I on the right path? So for me, a lot of my friends were also applying to go abroad after 12th. So just having that group, knowing that okay, there are a number of people who are going through the same things as me and we can talk it out, that also helps a lot. So if there's like a community of people you know are going there, just having a talk with them is also helpful because A, they can help you, and B, someone is there in the same situation or in the same boat as you. Once you're in the peer group, you talk about, oh, this is the upcoming application deadline. Oh, have you applied there? So you are always in check of applications so that you don't miss any. They'll tell you that maybe, I'm thinking of going for this path on my essay. I'm thinking I should highlight this. You'll get to know a lot more. They might expose you to things extracurriculars. Maybe it can be MUNs or anything else that you might not know. And if you go together, it'll also be more fun. So having a peer group exposes you to a lot of things. And it also tells you new information that you might lose track of. So I think that is a very helpful thing. Like whenever I went to school and we all sat together, this was one topic that used to come up daily or every 1 or 2 days. So it helped me keep just a track of all the things that I had to do. I manage my stress better, to be very honest. So because during 11th, 12th, at first I was confused. Should I go outside or should I not go outside? So I enrolled in FITG. First I was preparing for engineering in India. Then I left FITG. Then I started preparing for SAT while preparing for boards and, while going out for maybe competitions for theatre. So I just feel like I bit off more than I can chew at points. So just having a clear sense of direction or clear timeline should have helped me out. I got too stressed at points, maybe did not perform that well academically. I had to retake the SAT. I took it twice and the second one was better. So I just feel like keeping myself in check emotionally would have been better if maybe I had had a therapist or a close friend who was going through that and could have calmed each other's nerves down. It would have been nice.